Hi, Stuart here, and this is video 4 in this series on rhythm guitar playing. In this video, I just want to make a simple observation, which is that you can choose to play other chord shapes of the same chord. This is particularly useful when you're playing an open chord, such as A or E. So here's an A. Now, let's say my song goes... We've already talked about in previous videos adding bass lines and adding chord extensions or suspending chords. So this is different to that. This is just doing exactly the same chord but in a different region of the fretboard. So there's an A here. So there's no reason why I can't jump from this chord shape to this one. And because it's an A, I could even leave my A string open. So that might end up something like this. It just makes it a little bit more interesting than it would have been just playing the open A. You can of course combine this with chord extensions and suspensions. Another one would be here. This is also an A. This is your D chord shape. The root note is here on the B string, which means that if you go from fret 12 back a tone, you've got an A, so that would be an A. I'm having to mute the D string here because that's an unwanted note, but I can still jump on this A chord shape from down here and it will work well. So it's all basically A. Same sort of thing with an E. I've got an E chord here. That's my D chord shape moved up to. And again, I could play around with that a little bit, do some extensions in addition to these different shapes. Mistake there. Let me try that again. Another one would be here. This is my shape 4 E major. So I might go... And again, it's just making it a little bit more interesting. Same with a G. G up on fret 10. So you get the idea. As with many of these approaches, it can feel a little bit forced in the beginning because you're obviously very consciously trying to get to these other shapes. But with a bit of practice, it does become more natural and a normal part of your playing. I hope you found it helpful. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Click subscribe. See you in the next video.